To every story, there are multiple sides. We got to see Daniel and his brother make the connection, gain abilities, and go on an absolute killing spree. Now, we get to see his brother's point of view, because his life didn't just start that morning. His life started way before. His life with Mirage. Welcome back to my channel, and this is Haunt. Beginning our story, we pick up with Mirage and Kurt having a little liaison. This was the morning both of them decided to enact their plan to leave the life behind. He was going to get the good doctor, she was going to get the book. The plan was simple, straightforward. It was almost perfect. The day of the operation, she was behind him. Remember the first video when he woke up in the Valley of Corpses? Yeah, she was there. The plan was for her to listen through the comms and hear everything as it plays out, so she can know exactly where he is, exactly where the book is, exactly where the doctor was. Now you may be wondering, why is he just cool with her like this? That's because she's dangerous. Honestly, she's almost as dangerous as him, if not more. They both landed, the plan was proceeding, and they entered inside. She listened to everything, even when he shot the good professor. She thought he was shot until she confirmed he shot him. This was not the plan. What did you do? She knew they needed him alive. She also knew the man she chose to love. So she decided to complete her mission, get the book, and get out. Everything proceeded as usual. The next day, as he went to see his brother, he was talking to her while he waited for his bro. She was a bit concerned until he clarified that, yeah, I'm just here to see my brother. He doesn't talk to me much. This is the only time we get to spend together. It was cool. She let him do his thing, only to come out and see him getting kidnapped. This is not the plan. No one was supposed to know they were working with each other, so she went for the girl that dropped him. Where did you take him? Mirage, nice to see you. I'm asking you again. Where did you take him? She said, I don't know, to be honest. I just follow orders like you did. Remember? She says, I remember, but Mirage don't play no games. She already shot her, realistically. She was bleeding out on the spot as she walked away. This whole operation was stinking, and honestly, she could have followed up. Come to find out, she was telling her mom about her new man, and she saw her new man on the TV, pronounced dead. That is when she realized, yeah, she made the wrong move. All this was for him, and now she was alone. She came for his burial and saw no one she didn't recognize. Even his brother was there, talking to himself like an idiot. She needed answers, so she went to the informant, Whispers, and he told her everything. He told her about the book they were looking for. He told her about why he died. Because of that book that she was with. She couldn't even comprehend this, so she left, going to find out why they were looking for the book and who was looking for it specifically. She saw Cobra and instantly knocked him to the ground. Now, Cobra was dangerous. As soon as he recovered, he was on timing, but she was as well. They were both dangerous. The only thing is, he had poison. She was prepared. Do you think I don't have the antidote? I'm not here to play games with you. Why do you want the book? They were in the same line of work, so he didn't have the exact answers. He just knew it belonged to a scientist. And that is when it dawned on her. This was her fault. The book she took caused the love of her life to die. It was very hard not to blame herself. So she decided to go get a little bit of closure by helping secure her boyfriend's current wife. Isn't that ridiculous? Still, she did her job until everything went wrong. Remember, she was almost kidnapped. Rather, she actually was. She did her best, of course, but still, she was still kidnapped. Her only option now was to sell the book. And now, that went wrong as well. And even at that chaos, she found someone to save her life. Nothing was working out. I mean, she had the money, but still, the one person she wanted to spend this money with wasn't here. So what was the point? She just gave the other half to his ex-wife. Really? Regardless though, that was then. What's happening now? Well, Daniel went to see his stripper lover. Yeah, the stripper he was banging with office money, church's money. He was thinking they could be lovers or something, but nah, her pimp thought different. He did not care. Homeboy thought he was calling the shots. He tossed her in like a rag, looked at our boy and said, leave. He said, do you want me to leave? She said, no. He jacked his ass inside in front of his homeboys, who in turn said, what the hell is this white boy doing? Pulling out their pieces and starts to open fire. They did not know who this man was. He was a killer for real. He dissected every single one of them, bruh. And the last one, he just tossed out the window. Like, fall to your death, nigga. When the deed was done, he shifted back and realized, man, I'm not normal. I'm a murderer. He turned around seeing corpses on corpses on corpses and realized maybe this was not a smart idea coming to see my stripper, or rather, my hooker ex link up. You see, he was not the only one having a bad night. His enemies were having a good night. The traitorous bitch was having dinner with the big boss. And he spent his evening criticizing her food choices. You see, he was really, really big on health. This wasn't a good look. Midway through their dinner, though, someone interfered with a call. I hope this is good. I do not like to be disturbed. I apologize, sir, but this is good news. This is really, really good news. He wrote everything in his notes. We can proceed, and he smiled. Fantastic, Doctor. Get ahead with it. Our enemies were looking up while our heroes looking down. He didn't like the choices he just made, and his brother made sure he knew it. You went to a hooker's freaking pimp? What the hell did you expect? You think you know me now, huh? You're giving me advice on women. His brother said, ooh, touche, touche. Daniel goes on to explain why he even became a father in the church, because every time they were kids, when they would go to church, they always looked at peace. He wanted to be at peace, which is why he became a member of the church. That sucked, really. And midway through his explanation, he got a call. Amanda needed him to come over, so he did, and he saw all the money. He looked at his brother like, yeah. Do you think, yeah? He said, yeah. This is probably the best time to tell her. Tell her everything. And so he said, all right, come with me. They went to the pantry, and with the click of a button, she saw everything. Imagine living in a house your whole life, only to find out you have a secret room filled with weaponry. Your husband, my brother, was not a data analyst. He was a dangerous man. He saved the world a couple times. He's a hero. Now, this was a lot to understand, but yeah, he said you have to deal with it, all right? You're strong. You can handle this. Don't blame him. Don't blame yourself. I'm pretty sure that money is just some life insurance. So enjoy the money. It's yours. As they left, his brother was already feeling down, but he said, boy, relax. It's not your fault. You died. You didn't choose to die. Blame the enemies. Now, let's just focus on Lockie and I. We need to head to the headquarters. And as they pulled up, he saw his new teacher. He was excited. Were you ready to teach me, boy? Kung Fu? Karate? Boxing? Nah. Weapon use. Take this pen and go write your freaking test. Yeah, it wasn't as fun as he thought. He wasn't the only one not having fun, because you see, the Cobra, well, he has a new face, and he looked like a freaking demon. Everything was slowly falling into place. The only person that was left out of the loop, well, she got her information quick. As soon as Mirage noticed she was being shadowed, she found whispers. Yeah, what the fuck do you want? And he let her know everything that's transpired until now. The deaths, the new agent, Daniel, everything. And honestly, she didn't care. Matter of fact, she was relieved a bit. Because honestly, that means Amanda was getting on with her life. She was, of course, rich as shit right now. The biggest person going through change was our boy Daniel. He was being trained. He sucked at first, but then he started to get better. He started to take his physical training seriously. He started to study. He was becoming an impressive human specimen. Even his brother was like, yeah, you got it, bro. The director pulled up with good news. You passed your evaluation. You're officially an agent. That was a big step. I mean, he was a loser a few months ago, and now he was on top of the world. His training was going nice, and soon he was going to be departing on his new mission. But he still had one more training to partake in, and that is the training of his suit. Because at the end of the day, he was crashing too frequently. That was a weakness his enemies could exploit. He wanted to know his limit. His brother advised against it, but still, he pushed. They kept pushing and pushing. He felt confident until he didn't. Literally midway through the air, he just crashed out, hitting his skull and heading straight to the ground. His brother had to use the symbiote to stop his descent, but still, he was fucked up. At least now he knew his limit. Now he knew what to expect and how he felt when he was about to crash out. He was getting better, but the Cobra, well, he wanted revenge. I'm heading out. Mr. Horge, the big boss, stepped in the room and said, what are you doing? He said, I need to get revenge on the man who fucked up my face. He just calmly removed his ring and told him point blank, you're not going anywhere. He tried to attack Mr. Horge and he beat his ass. He actually pulled out a gun, but Mr. Horge was not even threatening in the slightest. You belong to me. You are my property. You don't even breathe until I give you consent. Understood? Cobra had him dead to rights, and still he couldn't take the shot. He was a power player, and that was a power move. He wasn't the only one making power moves, though, because our boy Daniel had finally stepped into the agency as one of them. He was a legend, rather, his brother was. Everyone knew of the agent, the great Agent Kyle. Now his brother was picking up the slack as the Haunt. This was the same headquarters that was just torched. Now it looked brand new. He was meeting new people, new beautiful people. Hello, Stephanie. How often does a beautiful woman you just met offer you a room in her apartment as a roommate? Yeah, you so in there, Daniel. You don't even know it. Things were fast in this world, but other things were fast as well. The agency organized a mission only to find out that they infiltrated a camp of a small army. They needed help. They needed the Haunted. So it was time for Agent Hunt to step out, and he was ready. It was going to be bloody. Trust me, it is going to be bloody.